Wall Street is in suspense in anticipation of the crucial event. The highlight of the day is the Fed policy meeting. What things should be taken into account ahead of the Fed's policy decision? InstaForex analysts want to keep you in the loop. On Tuesday, the stock market got a second wind. The benchmark indexes spiked in light of the softer-than-expected inflation data. So the market failed to develop a steady rally. The major indexes retreated to the levels where they traded in the pre-market. All in all, the Dow Jones closed 0.31% up. The Nasdaq gained 1.01%. The S&P 500 rose 0.74% to 4,019 points. The benchmark indexes traded mixed in the New York pre-market. Obviously, Wall Street has come to a standstill in the run-up to the Fed's decision. The S&P 500 is expected to trade in the intraday corridor between 3,920 and 4,110 points. The stock indexes owed their growth yesterday to the softer-than-expected US CPI for November. The annual inflation rate slipped to 7.1%, the lowest reading since December 2021. The stock market welcomed the news. In response, the major stock indexes spiked instead of a steady rally. The S&P 500 jumped more than 2%, the Nasdaq leapt by 3%, and both indexes did not sustain their gains. As for the corporate news, Moderna shares surged by more than 20% after optimistic trials of its new anti-cancer drug. Today, Wall Street is trading cautiously. The shares of companies with a mega capitalization traded mixed with the minor fluctuations in the pre-market. The market is alert to the outcome of the Fed's final policy meeting this year. The rate-setting committee is likely to announce the seventh rate hike, this time by 50 basis points. This move has been priced in as a matter of fact. The question is the Fed's agenda for 2023. The fresh inflation data was a Christmas gift to Wall Street. Now there is a growing likelihood that the Fed will moderate the pace of rate hikes to 25 basis points next year. The reasoning is the following. Economic data signals that the Fed's monetary tightening has proven efficient, so the central bank could moderate the pace of rate hikes earlier than expected. In turn, this will make a recession scenario less realistic in 2023. Perhaps a recession will not be severe. Such prospects inspire investors and set the stage for a rally. A spike on Tuesday proved that investors are betting on the Fed's softer pace of further rate hikes. Today, investors will be focused on the dot chart, which will display the forecast timeline for further rate increases. Besides, market participants will be alert to the comments by Jerome Powell at his press conference. The market is braced for a turbulent session today. Don't be confused about the first market response, as the market could go in the opposite direction. The US dollar is also in the wait-and-see mood. The battered index consolidated at around 103.90 today. The greenback's fate will depend on the Federal Reserve, so the intraday corridor for the index is seen between 102.90 and 105.20. The US dollar tumbled almost 1% following the US CPI data yesterday. The US dollar index briefly touched the lowest level in the last 6 months, the level of 103.50. The safe haven dollar developed a stunning rally amid the Fed's aggressive monetary tightening. However, its index slumped nearly 9% from the 20-year peak notched in September. The dovish reversal in the Fed's rhetoric is bearish for the greenback. The US dollar is unable to resume its growth before the Fed unveils its agenda for 2023. According to the market consensus, the Fed will moderate the size of a rate hike to 50 basis points. The ultimate range of the interest rate is projected at 4.5%. The median forecast made in September suggested the ultimate size at 4.6% next year. Some analysts believe that the Fed might raise interest rates higher, and any hawkish comment could prop up the US dollar. If Powell softens his rhetoric, the US dollar index is set to retest lower lows, and the bullish outlook for 2023 will be cancelled. The Canadian dollar is trading quietly. The USD card pair is consolidating at 1.3566, having climbed 0.13% today. The currency pair is likely to hold in the intraday corridor between 1.3490 and 1.3590. The loonie traded in a roller coaster today, like other assets, but it returned to the opening price. If the Federal Reserve does not support the US dollar, the loonie will extend its strength. The Canadian dollar is backed by rising oil prices. Brent crude gained more than 3% on Tuesday, carrying on cautious growth today. The reason is the forecast by OPEC and the International Energy Agency. They both predict a revival in the global energy demand next year. The crypto market is fluctuating with the minor moves. Bitcoin is hovering at about $17,800. And the fresh news could have encouraged growth of popular tokens, but the crypto market is trading cautiously in a parallel to the stock and the currency markets. Ex-FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried is facing grave charges. He was arrested at his home in Bahamas and was accused by the US Securities and Exchange Commission of defrauding investors at $1.8 billion. Binance paused withdrawals of the native stablecoin after its customers had taken out funds worth more than $2 billion. And today, Binance stated that customers are making deposits again. The platform recorded the inflow of tokens in the Ethereum blockchain worth $718 million in the last 24 hours, and the digital assets give a muted response to the news, awaiting the Fed's announcements. Beware of a high volatility tonight. We wish you good luck and have a nice trading and profitable trading with InstaForex. See you tomorrow.